You know that feeling when you want to wear more color, but every new combination you try just feels weird? Maybe you've even had a color analysis, but wearing color still feels hard. That's because knowing your color palette and actually wearing color are two completely different skills. There are 6 methods for combining color in an outfit. Each one produces a different effect, and they all work regardless of your preferred color palette. These are the exact methods that I use every time I style a client. By the end of this video, you'll be able to look at any color combination, understand why it works, and use that same logic in your own wardrobe. Method 1, monochrome. One color, multiple values. That means lighter, darker, softer, or richer versions of the same hue. Because every element is related by hue, the eye moves through the look as one continuous visual field. This emphasizes silhouette and proportion more than any of the other color matching methods. That's why monochromatic outfits tend to look very confident and deliberate. This strong visual cohesion communicates a certain amount of effort, making this color matching method one of the easiest ways to look put together without trying too hard. The challenge is adding enough variation to keep it from feeling flat. You can do this by increasing value contrast or incorporating texture. Different materials in the same tone add dimension without breaking the cohesion of a low contrast monochrome look. For example, an all-black look almost always benefits from some texture contrast to add dimension and visual interest. Your easiest entry point is whatever color you already wear the most. And if you want to make this even easier, being able to see your full wardrobe color palette in one place is key. So I built the swatch library to help you do that. It's completely free, so go ahead and grab it at the link in the description. Method 2, tonal. Multiple related hues with shared undertones. Tonal is very similar to monochrome, but you're pulling from a family of closely related hues instead of locking into one single hue. The result is dimensional without being loud. A tonal color combination allows you to create more depth than monochrome, but in a way that still feels relatively soft and blended. Tonal looks appear easy, approachable, and polished. If monochrome feels too restrictive, then tonal is the next logical step. Method 3, neutral with a pop of color. This is the most versatile color matching method for everyday life, especially if your wardrobe is already built on a neutral base. Because the neutral base recedes, the color becomes the focal point. And that single point of attention is what makes this color combination feel instantly creative. One thing worth noting is that your neutral base affects the overall contrast of the look. Mid-tone neutrals create a softer, lower contrast backdrop, whereas a bright white or deep black base reads higher contrast. If you're still building the confidence to wear color, then this is a great way to experiment. It's arguably the easiest color matching method in this list, and it's also very low risk. If you're not ready to invest in colorful clothing, then a colorful accessory, shoe, or bag is a great way to start playing with this method. The first 3 methods are your most accessible starting points. Now, let's talk about some more advanced color combinations. These next 3 color matching methods introduce deliberate tension or complexity. This makes them more visually dynamic, but they also require a bit more thought and effort to execute well. Method 4, analogous. Colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel. Think rust, amber, and mustard, or sage, olive, and forest green. Because these colors are adjacent on the color wheel, the eye reads them as a natural progression. This is what gives analogous color combinations a colorful yet approachable quality. Analogous color combinations can feel bold or blended depending on contrast and saturation. Muted colors or low contrast combinations feel soft and seamless. Bright colors or high contrast combinations feel bold and graphic. Same method, different energy. In effect, this allows you to apply a pop of color to a muted colorful base or vice versa. This color matching method is a great way to ease into more complex color combinations. Method 5, complementary. Colors on opposite sides of the color wheel. Complementary color combinations are the most visually energetic of the 6 methods. Because the colors are maximally different from each other on the color wheel, they create maximum visual tension. The key to making a complementary look work is variation in depth or saturation. Without this variation, complementary combinations can create a strong visual competition between two focal points. Both colors compete for attention, and the eye doesn't know where to land. Ideally, we want to create one clear focal point with this color combination. This example does that beautifully with a muted blue base and bright orange bag. The tension is still there, but the bag is the clear focal point. If you've tried a complementary look before and it felt like too much, this is almost always the problem. Let the eye deprioritize one of the colors by keeping it deep, light, or muted. Then let the other be your bright accent. Method 6, triadic. 3 colors spaced almost evenly around the color wheel. Triadic is the most complex of the 6 color matching methods, but it's also the most playful. Done well, it reads visually rich and distinctly creative. Again, focal points are key, but there's 2 ways to approach them here. 3 distinct focal points, 1 per color, or a more tonal read where all of the colors blend together and none of them appear dominant. A good entry point might look something like this. Blue denim with a soft pink shirt and a green shoe. Before we go just a bit further, I want to touch on color story, which is the through line for this entire series. Your color story is simply a color mood filtered through your preferred color palette. Color mood has 3 elements: color combination, value contrast, and energetic contrast. The 6 color matching methods that we just reviewed give you the first element of color mood. Next, let's talk about value contrast. Every one of these methods has 2 dials: value contrast and energetic contrast. Value contrast is the difference between the light and dark areas in your look. High contrast is graphic and bold. Medium contrast is blended and dimensional. Low contrast is soft and seamless. And contrast level can sometimes be more important than the color combination itself. The same analogous combination in high contrast looks bold and striking, but in low contrast, it looks soft and almost tonal. So when an outfit feels off and you can't explain why, check the value contrast first. So how do you actually use this information? The best way to start applying these methods as a beginner isn't to plan your outfit around them. Instead, use them as a retroactive filter. Put on your outfit, then look at it and ask, which method does this most resemble? If it doesn't feel right, use the 6 color matching methods to understand why, and then adjust. You don't need to memorize or master all 6 color matching methods. And the goal isn't to use every method in your personal style. It's just to train your eye so that you can start using color deliberately. Now you have the first 2 elements of color mood: color combination and value contrast. In the next video, we're going to talk about the one element that most people miss. And to actually apply any of these methods, you need to know what you already own. Not just your color palette in theory, but the actual colors that are sitting in your wardrobe. The swatch library lets you log your entire wardrobe color palette so you can see it all in one place. You can get it for free at the link in the description. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more personal style and capsule wardrobe videos. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't seen episode 1 yet, go ahead and watch it right here.